So there's not like winners in Europe, right? The whole goal of this is, can you all agree on common policies for each of these two issues?
This was the first year our students in the sophomore class in the Specialist Center for Leadership, Government, and Economics here at Freeman High School participated in a mock simulation of the European Council meeting.
Can we put aside our differences and agree on a common policy?
We partnered with a group out of Virginia Tech called the Center for European and Transatlantic Studies. We were the first school in Central Virginia to partner with them and run one of these mock conferences.
So do we want to have a trade policy that moves away from those areas into other areas that we feel more comfortable trading with China in?
We were all given different countries to kind of role play as.
To maintain fairness in EU partnerships, Austria believes that reduced trade with China is needed.
Cyprus would want the policy to be rigid and is opposed to an open border.
We had to give our opening statement and we had to talk about what we wanted for the proposal on trade.
Belgium believes there's a difference between asylum seekers and legal migrants.
Bulgaria believes that de-risking trade with the nation is a low priority, as commerce with China is highly beneficial.
The students did a lot of work beforehand. They had about a month plus of working on position statements, working on background of their country that they were assigned.
These issues are complex and require cooperation from all nations here.
First we had to research the entire history, then we had to research strictly how we felt about China.
While trade with China significantly boosts Estonia's economy, it cannot be separated from human rights considerations.
And then who your allies were.
Therefore, our geographic location puts us on the front lines of EU external land and sea border security.
I was Croatia. Didn't know where it was, didn't know what the people look like, what the country looked like itself.
Croatia recognizes the significant role that the partnership plays in promoting
Some students get France and Germany and they've heard of those, Spain, Italy. But Malta, Cyprus, Slovakia, Slovenia.
This puts Czechia and the EU in a difficult position as we are major supporters of Ukraine.
They get to learn a little bit about those countries and maybe hopefully continue an interest in what's going on in the world.
Czechia plans to secure the safety of Czech citizens.
So I represented Czechia, so the Czech Republic, which is in the center of Europe. It's a really cool place. I didn't know much about it, but they have awesome landscape, awesome architecture. There's this huge church in the center of Prague. Looks awesome.
In conclusion, the EU needs to build a strong relationship with countries that will support economic success in Europe.
We had to talk about these issues about immigration and trade with China, and we tried to come up with a resolution for them.
We really want to continue trade with China because if we stop trade with China, then that will cause more conflict than just continuing and keeping it diplomatic and transparent.
And together, we are a huge amount of the population between Germany, France, and Spain.
We kind of just wanted to continue to trade with China, but enforce more strict human rights policies.
Okay, that's really good. Okay.
Fine. I think I convinced quite a few other people against the first resolution. They wanted to spread out the immigrants into different countries that would suit them better.
How are you going to facilitate 1 million extra cases per year in the trial system?
I asked them some questions, they didn't have great answers for it. That's why 2 of the resolutions that were proposed didn't get passed.
Belgium. No for Belgium. Bulgaria. No for Bulgaria.
You want to see that government and policy is not just easy. It's not a rubber stamp thing. That trying to build consensus and agreement amongst whether it's the 27 members of the EU or the 50 states is tough. If politics was easy, everyone would do it.
Greece? No for Greece. This vote has failed.
I think, that energy that young people get when they're kind of scrambling around and getting to talk to each other and disagreeing and arguing, when it goes well like it did the other day, it's a fun thing to kind of sit back and watch.
You could feel the sigh of relief once a country that may have been tough to get them to say yes to the vote, and then it would go down the line and everyone said yeah, and everyone got super excited.
Once you started talking to people, it was so easy to get what you agreed on and what you disagreed on and how to work those out.
Nobody has done this at Freeman yet. We didn't really have anyone to kind of look at before us. One school gets picked, I think, every couple of years, and it is such an honor that we got picked.